I have never felt greater temptation to binge drink in my life than in the past year, which flies in the face of everything you might expect, given this show, my pursuit of freedom from alcohol and other substances or distractions or indulgences. And it's more of an unexpected mental fitness to fit it through that lens, is because I didn't expect that by diving headfirst into these topics in this show and surrounding myself with amazing people who have stories like yours, I expected the exact opposite. I expected to be incredibly rejuvenated and strengthened and build endurance. But outside of what I've learned, another thing was going on, which was the pressure that I myself created by quitting my career and starting this podcast, while also taking on the very, very serious, intense responsibilities of being essentially a part-time, stay-at-home dad, and spending all that time with not just any kids, but kids who are very young, very emotionally unpredictable and chaotic at times. So I think the dual pressures of just like the volume of noise and tasks and responsibilities of the stay-at-home dad part, coupled with the uncertainty and the unknown of whether this podcast would grow. And when you're investing so much time in a show, you hope that it can grow so that it can sustain itself and justify the time commitment, right? So all that to say, two different types of pressures and intensities were happening at the same time. One was just physically, audibly, my kids like screaming and needing, but then the other was more insidious. And I wanted so much and so often to return to a familiar foe to help me just turn down the noise and to just turn off the rumination. And that is the very thing that drove me to do this in the first place. So I'm faithful and fully believing and hopeful that experience just deepened me and my resolve even further, like really eye-opening that like, hey, this thing is still there. This tendency and this habit is still there. Yeah. For my mental fitness, I guess I thought I was fitter than I was, and I wasn't. And I'm very comfortable sharing that.
No, it's a check that I feel like we all have at some degree on this journey that we're on. Some of us don't have the fortunate ability to talk about it like you are before. Thank God nothing happened. But like a lot of times these are post relapse conversations.